Storm Team Weather Lab. KAMC forecaster Madison Hartin.
Down to the south of us, where the cloud cover is a little bit thicker, they are actually managing to get some sprinkles and showers out of this event. Meanwhile, for us here in the hub city locally, it's basically just gray and gloomy out there. Because these storms got close enough to us, we did manage to see some pretty good wind gusts. Our camera looking a little bit dusty earlier today, but now you can see it's cleaned off, looking a little bit better. And even though the storms aren't passing over Lubbock locally directly, we can still see some thunder and lightning out there in the distance to the north of us. Come on, lightning, don't be camera shy on me. There it is, just on cue. We came down here to Prairie Dog Town to talk to Prairie Dog Pete himself and ask him the question, does he think that there is going to be 6 more weeks of winter, or is spring on its way? And as the tradition goes, you have to throw a carrot stick and a celery stick at the prairie dogs. If they choose the carrot stick, that means that spring is on its way. If they choose the celery, that means that it is going to be 6 more weeks of winter. So is it going to get warm soon? Is it going to stay cold? And is this the strangest thing I do for my job? Absolutely. Let's see what the prairie dogs have to tell us. A zip of morning full of snowy conditions and slippery roadways wasn't enough for our forecast. We also have some seismic activity that has popped up in the South Plains as well. 23 miles to the southwest of Snyder, Texas, they managed to record an earthquake this morning with a magnitude of 4.3. So sizable enough that some folks are definitely waking up to some shaking grounds this morning. Shaking ground that has already been covered well in snow the past couple of days, with 4 inches recorded in Snyder over the past 72 hours. You look to the rest of the South Plains, they got up to 9 inches in Tulia, Texas, 2.8 in Levelland, 4.3 in Plainview, Texas, and 4 inches for us here Lubbock locally over the past few days as well.
This is KAMC's Good Morning Lubbock.
Good morning, I'm Jen Phillips.
And I'm Madison Hartin.
And today is Tweed Tuesday,
Apparently.
February 10th.
Guys, we didn't plan this.
And we didn't see each other until about 30 seconds ago. And I love your dress.
I love your dress.
Thanks, it looks great.
A cool front moving in for this morning is going to briefly drop temperatures down a few degrees before rising them back up into the 60s. And if you're headed out early this morning, I would recommend that you grab a rain jacket and also wear your black and white tweed today, because apparently it's a good fashion move here in the KAMC studio. In the past hour or so, we have seen additional storms start to pop up along that Texas and New Mexico state line. Still no rain for us here in the hub city, but that could change as we get into the evening hours of tonight and the early morning hours of Wednesday. So a few sprinkles popping up near Portales down to the south of Clovis. Taking a look at our camera there, we can see the storms in the distance and also see that the trees in that town are swaying in that breeze a little bit. On the outflow boundaries of these storms, there could be some gusty winds and of course locally heavy rainfall wherever these isolated showers decide to drop. So be mindful of that if you plan on getting out this evening. Some of the roadways could be looking a little bit wet if you hear thunder or lightning outside tonight. Good morning. Before we get to our first look at weather, we want to give you an update on the ongoing situation at Lubbock High. You're looking at a live picture from LISD Central Office where parents have been sent to pick up their kids. About 2 hours ago, police and school officials evacuated students at Lubbock High and sent them to the Central Office. It all stems from a bomb threat made just after school started this morning. Again, the school is asking parents to pick up their kids at the LISD Central Office at 1628 19th Street. Lubbock ISD officials say they are taking every precaution to ensure student safety. And for the latest on the situation, please go to everythinglubbock.com and follow KAMC Facebook. Now on to the actual forecast for today, because safety is of the utmost importance. We once again have fire weather warnings and wind advisories in place. Taking a look at this map right here, see if the county you live in is highlighted on this map in one of those shades of pink, which fact is most of us, especially those along that Texas and New Mexico state line today. Here in Lubbock locally, we expect sustained winds to go around 20 to 30 miles per hour, with even gustier winds starting to pick up along that state line later today, up to 50 miles per hour. It is once again going to be getting dusty outside, making visibility low on our roadways. It's bad for people to be breathing in all that dust, so if you're spending more than a few minutes outside, we recommend that you wear a face covering. Something as simple as a bandana over your nose and mouth will do you a world of good. And of course, everyone, fire weather risk. There are still fires actively burning in the Panhandle right now, and we don't want to make our firefighters' jobs any harder. So make sure that you are properly putting out your cigarettes before you walk away from them if you smoke. Don't fire up the grill or the bonfire tonight for Friday. It is just not worth it when the fire risk is this great. It is mornings like this that I am reminded of a quote from the mayor of Lubbock at the time of the 1970 tornado. And it goes, "Now we must take care of the living, bury the dead, and plan for the future." And as many of us wake up this morning to power outages and snap power lines and, of course, roofs ripped off of houses, we're reminded that this could have been a very different story if that rotating supercell had dropped a tornado over Lubbock locally. And believe me, it had the capability to. We saw the first funnel start to drop down as we were tracking it out in eastern New Mexico, just south of Clovis, heading into the Portales area. We managed to get that rotation, and we managed to see it on our Muleshoe camera heading down there into Morton, passing to the south of Littlefield, then going into Levelland. And though we saw tornadoes in the Lubbock County, we did not see any pass over the city. There were times looking at the radar where we could see that center of rotation was right above Texas Tech campus in the heart of Lubbock. But thank goodness we didn't see that pass down. We still got quite a beating. Reports of softball-sized hail in places, gusty wind over 70 miles per hour, and of course intense downpours that have left our roads flooded even this morning. But I think we can all be grateful this morning that it could have been a lot worse for so many people. And for those that are being affected by it and had property damage, well, our hearts do go out to you. And hopefully things can be assessed this morning and we can get a clear picture on what exactly the scale was of those tornadoes last night. For today, we are still expecting the possibility of tornadoes, high winds, large hail, localized flooding that lead to heavy downpours. This one, especially for late tonight and early tomorrow morning, is going to be a factor because our roadways are already so flooded that any additional rain is just going to cause us to fill up even more. Enhanced convective risk as we head into the afternoon. It wasn't until 9 a.m. yesterday that the National Weather Service placed us an enhanced convective risk, so I think they're doing that a little bit preemptively this morning. First of those showers once again popping up in eastern New Mexico, creeping their way across the Cap Rock. Now you can see bringing a little bit more rain to places like Tahoka and La Mesa that were left out of the severe weather yesterday, but equally is able to pack a punch from these storms. So again, everybody, we are asking you to heed our watches and warnings. A watch means that the conditions are right. A warning means that that factor is imminent. If there is a hail, gusty wind, or rain warning, you need to stay in your house. But if there is a tornado warning, you need to get to your safe zone, like an interior bathroom or closet with no windows that lead to the outside. Or if you are lucky enough to have a basement, even better. I am so proud of everyone in the South Plains last night for sending us all the pictures of them and their family in their safe zones. People did an amazing job at keeping their loved ones safe, and we got to remember to do that again this evening.
Yeah, absolutely. It's hard to know when it's time to be in your safe zone, right? Because you don't want to be the freak who's always sitting in the corner with a helmet on.
I'll be that freak.
Like, you know, like I just am like, okay, well, I don't want to. But yesterday was a great dress rehearsal for tonight.
Yes.
And that's why I like it when you text me, because then I know I need to actually go do the thing. You make that decision for me, and I appreciate that.
Oh, yes, you got a personalized forecast last night.
My forecaster told me to head to the bathroom, so that's what I'll be doing. Thank you.
I just love your family so much. I want to make sure that you guys are safe.
Well, we were. It was very loud, but we were safe, so that was good.